Hello, fam, and welcome to another amazing episode of Kibra's Place, the Kibra Murdoch Show and podcast. If you're just joining us for the first time, I am your host and executive producer, Coach Kibra Murdoch. I'm a certified life coach, certified speaker, and facilitator. I'm also a three-time author with one of those opportunities being my own visionary work. I'm also a curvy model and the current reigning Mrs. Plus America 2023. So welcome. Tonight, I know we are starting a little bit behind schedule. Please forgive me. This has been a crazy day, but nevertheless, we are still here to handle some business. So in my studio tonight, I have the amazing Michelle Harrison. She also goes by Mickey. She is an educator. She's an author. She is an advocate for our youth. So we're going to be talking about her about Headstart. So if you have any young children, if you are a grandmother to young children, if you just have young children in your camp, you do not want to miss the show, because if you're not sure what Headstart does or how it could benefit your young children, then you are in the right place tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her on the stage so we can go ahead and jump right into this. So welcome again, Mickey. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am well. It is an honor to have you on the show. I know that we met during a vendoring event, correct? And I kind of
Yes,
just
ma'am.
met you, saw your book, and was just so intrigued by your story. So welcome to Keeper's Place.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here.
So tell our audience a little bit more about you before we dive into our topics for tonight.
Okay. I have been a Head Start teacher for over 10 years, and I just recently went back to school to got my master's in social work. And now I'm also
Congratulations.
thank you. And I just wrote my first book. It was out in October, and I'm actually dropping 6 more this year about Head Start.
You said 6 more?
Yes, ma'am. It's an entire series about my daughter and her trip to through Head Start.
I love it. You went from one, listen. When God got you full of it, honey, you just got to just release it. So
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot wait to hear more about it. And matter of fact, when you are about to release it, make sure you come right on back to Keeper's Place so we can
I will. I will.
Yes. So listen, for those who may not be familiar with Head Start, because here in South Carolina, I know that we have um, a few Head Start programs. So for those who may not be familiar with exactly what Head Start is, would you mind sharing some light and defining what that is for us?
Yes, ma'am. So Head Start actually has 2 programs. It has Early Head Start, which has children from 0 to 3, and then it has regular Head Start, which is from 3 to 5. And most times, children enter in at 6 weeks, and when they're basically going to enter in, they're able to sit here and get the nurturing aspect that they don't normally get in their environment at home. So they're coming in with maybe little issues or maybe needing interventionists, and that's where Head Start comes in, can help them with that.
Okay, so the 2 different programs. So one is from 0 to 3, and that's just basically giving them like that social skills,
Yes,
correct?
ma'am. Giving them
Okay,
a
so
voice, allowing them to be able to talk for themselves. Then when they're able to go to Head Start, they're able to define what goals and what things that they actually need without being prompt to it.
gotcha. Gotcha. So what actually inspired you to want to get into this particular industry as an educator?
Actually, it was my daughter. So when Maya was in kindergarten, she actually had I don't want to say delays, but she actually learned differently. And when I was taking her to school, the teachers wasn't really doing what I needed them to do in order to help her. So I went back to school myself to figure out what I needed to do to help her. And at that time, I didn't know about Head Start. Because had I known about Head Start, I could have got her the help that she needed that would have transitioned her into regular school.
Gotcha. Let me ask you this, because is there a testing process for children to get into Head Start? And I'm asking because 40 something years ago, I was denied Head Start because they said I was too advanced. for my age. So is that still part of the process to have children admitted into the program?
No, ma'am. So you come down, you fill out the application. Once a child enters into Head Start, they will be given tests periodically. So if you have a child that's starting early Head Start, they will be getting a test every few months. And when they don't meet a certain area, then they'll be able to qualify for an interventionist. So they will hook them up with BabyNet. BabyNet will come out, sit here and see what the issues is, and then they will start coming out weekly. So they don't have a test to enter in.
Okay, amazing, amazing. I love that. And I'm so impressed by you because one thing about mothers that I do know is that we know how to step up and intervene for our children. Yeah. And I'm so impressed by you because you weren't able to find the resources that you needed for your daughter. So you went back to school and you got educated.
Yes,
she got some, not one degree, you have degrees behind your name and
yes,
and currently pursuing your master's degree in education, correct?
So I have a master's in social work. And so now I'm going on. Yes, ma'am. So I plan on getting licensed by June, and now I'm going on for my doctorate in January.
I know that's right. You know, and God has a way for pulling our purpose out of us. And he blessed you with a daughter to be able to show you what your purpose was. And you just went in it full force. So I salute you.
Thank you.
I salute you. Where my crowd at tonight? Hold on. I had to give you the standing ovation for that. Yes, Queen. I love it. I love it. So we know that there are quite a few myths, but I just want to just hit on the ones that really stuck out to me. So let's dive into some myths right now, and hopefully that can continue to shed light on the benefits of Head Start. So the first myth that I have heard quite often surrounding Head Start is a daycare. And you pretty much touched on that. But let's just dive into that a little bit deeper.
Okay. So people like to say that due to the fact they don't want to come in and see what it's actually about. So Head Start does not do a lot of structured time, meaning kids learn by play. But when they're learning by play, when you come in, they expand on what the child already knows. So no, you're not just letting them play with a toy. You're expanding on what they know. So if a child comes in and they said that they played with a ball last night, your next question is, what shape is that ball? What color is that ball? And then you giving them more tools, more words. And that's one thing Head Start is big on, is giving them language. Because a lot of our children, when they're first coming, they should have more language than they have. They should know at least 50 words, basic words, and they don't. So we give them the words and the tools that they don't know at home.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And that's very important because as we know, some communities do not have conversations with their babies or their toddlers. Mm-hmm. They kind of talk to them in the baby talk, if you will. And what some don't realize is that just delays the children because they learn by, hearing us, seeing us, repeating after us. So that is huge. Okay, love that. Love that. All right, the second myth let's talk about is Head Start is a preschool program. And I actually found that to be very interesting. So shed some light on, is Head Start a preschool program?
It could be considered a preschool, but the difference is, once again, we don't do structure. The children leads everything. So in preschool, depending on how you look at it, the teacher leads them. But we go, if the child decides they want to do this right here today, that's what we're going to do. We don't sit here and tell the children, no, sit down, stop. We do redirection and positive reinforcement. We don't do timeout. So that's how it differs. But we still teaches them like preschool, but just on a different level.
Gotcha. So let me ask you something. So remind me, Michelle, how many years do you have in this industry? I think you said 10, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So with your experience, do you find that children do learn better on their own time frame or system versus a structured system? Or do you feel like introducing them to a structured system at a later time helps their development?
I think them learning by themselves, because how I teach is I teach about what is popular at the moment. So when I was in the classroom and my kids didn't learn their colors, and I had mostly boys, I taught them using the Ninja Turtles. So they was engaged. I didn't make them sit down. They chose to sit down because I taught them how they wanted to be taught versus me telling you to sit down and listen. It's a difference on how you teach them. I meet my kids where they are versus bringing them to me.
And I feel like that's what is kind of lacking in our current education system, because they tend to, and when I say they, I mean the system as a whole, they tend to not realize that children don't learn the same way. But still, yet we have this cookie cutter way of teaching them and then expecting everybody to grasp and, learn by the same structured education system. And I feel like we are doing our children a disservice at times because, like you said, we are not meeting them where they are. So I really appreciate that about the Head Start program. But do you think that confuses the children coming from a learn by play environment to a structured environment within the next year or two post Head Start?
No, because if you do it correctly, your child will sit down. A lot of times now, children are bored in the classroom. They want to do. Teachers give them pencil and paper. Teachers give them the Chromebooks now. I don't do that. If we do anything, it's all based on STEM. I love using my hands. I love being outside. That's how I taught my kids, keeping them engaged, keeping them entertained versus just giving them something to do. Because it's not really going anywhere. If we constantly make our kids do something, are they really taking in the information? No. And a lot of people don't realize that memorizing and knowing something is not the same thing. Because you can memorize it in order, and then when you take it out of order, you don't know it no more. So you don't know it. You just memorize it that way. But if you give them a way to learn something and it's engaging and it's fun, they'll come back to you.
Right. And I agree with that 100%. You are so right about that. Now, you tell us about your book, because I know that your series is surrounding your daughter, but tell us about your first book that has already been published.
So my first book is about Headstart, and it's what you want to see every day in Headstart. Her very first day, what the teachers did to her, how she was introduced into the classroom, the different activities they did into the classroom because she never been before, and how she allowed herself to be open to what the teacher wanted her to do because she was scared in the beginning, but then she realized, I can do this.
I love it. So if anybody wanted to purchase your book, how would they go about doing that?
Well, I actually went international last year, so I'm based on every website: Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, name it, I'm on there.
I love it. And listen, I don't think people realize, unless they are authors themselves, that's a huge accomplishment, because you just dropped that book over the summer, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. Congratulations on that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's amazing. So we're going to actually take a very quick break. When we come back, we're going to let our audience know exactly how they can connect with you. Ladies and gentlemen, again, if you are just joining us for the first time, I have Miss Michelle Harrison in our studio tonight. She is an educator. She is an international author. She is a children's advocate. So we are actually talking about the benefits of Head Start. Head Start is not just a daycare. So when we come back, don't go anywhere. If you would like to connect personally with Michelle, we're going to let you know exactly how to do that. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your man, Eric Zuli. I'm an international commercial Axe body spray star. I've done films. I'm on Amazon Prime right now. And I built my own social network platform. We have 300 million people that we reach on our network. And I'm a man of God. And I'm telling you right now, man, where do you need to be? Oh, yeah, that's it. Keever's Place. You gotta go to Keever's place. You gotta watch Keever's place. You gotta hang out in Keever's place. It's about Keever. You hang out in Keever's place. The easy way.
Would you recognize the signs of someone having a seizure? Would you know what to do if you witness someone having a seizure? Did you know that epilepsy affects 3 million Americans and 1 in 26 people living with epilepsy? Did you know epilepsy is a brain disorder that causes recurring, unprovoked seizures? Well, Hearty Hands Foundation is here to answer these questions and more. Hearty Hands Foundation is a 501c3 organization based out of South Carolina that was founded by Kim Hardy in November of 2017. We offer seizure first aid education, patient and caregiver support, therapeutic support, animal education, and so much more. For more details or how to book us for speaking engagements about epilepsy, visit our website at www.heartyhands.com.
And welcome back to Keever's Place, the Keever Murdoch Show and Podcast. If you're just joining us, I am your host and executive producer, Coach Keever Bernice Murdoch. And tonight I am speaking with Miss Michelle Harrison. She is an educator. She is an author. She's also a children's advocate. And we are diving into Head Start. So before we actually drop your information and how our audience can reach out to you, let's just do a very brief, I can't talk tonight, a very brief recap on what we talked about tonight. So if they are just joining us, give us some little quick nuggets again about Head Start, and then we will go right into how they can reach out to you.
Okay, so there's 2 parts to Head Start. You got early Head Start, that's 0 to 3, and then you have regular Head Start, which is 3 to 5. If your children come into the center with any issues, delays, or need help coping or any other issues they may have, they're able to hook your children up with BabyNet, which in order to give them an interventionist, we teach from a nurturing environment. It's not structured. It's based on what the child needs are and basically what the child wants to do. And I love it. I've been in there 10 plus years and it's nothing like it.
I can tell you are extremely passionate about it. Before we drop your contact information, tell us a little bit more about BabyNet, because we have heard it mentioned a few times. So how does BabyNet tie into the development of children?
So if you have a child that come into the agency, we do a ASQ or we do a regran screening. And that's basically stating that when your child is X amount of years old or X amount of months, your child should be meeting certain areas. If your child is not meeting that area, we ask you for your consent, of course, if you would like for your child to get help. If you say yes, then we will reach out to BabyNet. BabyNet will come in, reevaluate your child, and then they will put together a plan that will help your child. So whether it's language, whether it's behavior, social, emotional, whatever it is, they're able to do it. And then that actually will follow your child throughout your child's years. Even when your child goes to kindergarten, your child will be able to go ahead and get their IEP as well. So you don't even have to sit here and worry about the tussle of it. It's already done for you.
Gotcha. Okay, so it is basically a plan that would help their development, whether no matter where they are a little bit delayed at. That's a program that is put together that will carry them throughout their school years.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it. I love it. So if anybody wanted to reach out to you, Michelle, how can they best contact you?
They can do my email, which is mickeyharrison30@gmail.com. And I'm constantly on Facebook at Michelle Harrison as well.
I love it. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in learning more about Head Start, what state are you in?
I'm in South Carolina.
Okay.
Yes.
But this applies to any Head Start program throughout the nation, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. So if you are interested in learning more about Head Start, definitely connect with Michelle. She is the woman with the answers, and she can, I know for certain, direct you on where you need to go if you are interested in getting your young people signed up for the Head Start program, or if you just have questions about it, definitely reach out to her. Again, her email address is mickeyharrison30@gmail.com, and you can find her all over Facebook at Michelle Harrison. I love it. Do you have any upcoming events, Queen?
Yes, ma'am. On the 25th of this month, I will be doing a mother-daughter brunch, and I will be speaking at Judea in Florence, South Carolina.
So where's the mother-daughter brunch?
It's at Judea. I don't currently have the address. They had reached out to me, but
Okay.
it's welcome to anybody to come.
I love that. Well, congratulations on that, and I'm sure you will have many more opportunities in the near future as well. And as I stated at the top of the show, once you grace the stage of Keever's Place, you are no longer a stranger to your family. So this is a platform for you to be able to come back and share anything you have coming up. So definitely don't be a stranger. Reach out to us. We would love to be able to support you here on Keever's Place.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So hang tight. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed our show tonight with Michelle Harrison. She is an expert in the field of Head Start. So if you have young people interested, if you have young people, period, that could benefit from Head Start, definitely reach out to her. She is a wonderful resource. As you can tell, she is extremely educated, and she can definitely get you started on that journey with your young child, if that is something that you want to do. I want to thank all of our viewers for watching and engaging with us. You always support us here on Keever's Place. We love you guys to life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We greatly appreciate you. If you would like to be a guest on our show, we still have the second half of our books open from July to November. So if you would like to be a guest, definitely reach out to us. We would love to be able to have you and to support you on Keever's Place. Just visit our booking site at www.tinyurl.com/Keever's Place booking. Again, that's tinyurl.com/Keever's Place booking. Or you can simply just text the word guest to 803-368-3030. If you would like to connect with me, you can visit me on my link tree. Just visit linktr.ee/Keever Murdaugh. Or you can follow me all over social media, every platform, at Keever Lernice Murdaugh. So until next time, family, please continue to share, connect, and glow, because as we understand, building your network also builds your net worth. So until next time, next Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we do it all again, please take care, love on each other, and don't forget to love on yourself. Good night.